Hey everybody, how are you doing today? I want to do something very special with you, and that is looking at the epic, the musical animations and the musical in general. I have been yapping about this musical for a long time now, and I finally want to do a video about it, okay? And if you can see, the musical has like a lot of songs. There is 39 videos here in total for the whole musical, because the whole musical is like 2.5 hours long, and I do want to go through all of them. Probably one song per video, right? And today we want to start with the very first one, The Horse and the Infant, Just a Man, Epically Musical. So what is Epically Musical, right? Epically Musical was like a passion project from one man, and like he decided to want to make a musical. He got a lot of people involved. He did it like as a college project, and it turned out like super amazing, super cool. And now like a few years later, he has this whole repertoire of like so many songs done, and all we literally need now is like a professional like animation studio to make one, even though these fan animations are freaking fantastic as well, and you will see that in a second. And or maybe like even a Broadway show, which would be like amazing, right? So Epic the Musical, The Horse and the Infant, Just a Man. So just little spoiler, the whole like musical is based on Odysseus from Odysseus's journey, obviously. So let's get into it. So the first song here, I think it's about the war in Athens. Bum, bum.
All right, my brothers, listen closely.
And I'm not entirely sure, sorry for pausing, but this is a reaction, this is not just showing you the video, okay? I'm pretty sure the main character, like Odysseus himself, is sung by the guy who came up with all of this, and he is such a good singing voice, because like obviously Odysseus is the main character, it's like in a lot of those songs.
Tonight we make the Trojans pay.
Bum 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 bum.
10 years of war, they killed us slowly.
Bum 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 bum.
But now we'll be the ones who slay.
Obviously, you have the Trojan horse here in case you're like not familiar with the Trojan War. Okay, with the Trojan War for not Athena. What was her name? Something with H. They were fighting for a woman, I think.
Your wives and your children. Your families wonder where you've been. They're growing old and yet you're still here.
Dun dun dun
Do
dun.
what I say and you'll see them again. Yes, sir.
Okay, listen. This is like I'm gonna go back in a second so you can hear the full thing. You have those like a slow build up. You go boop 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 boop, and now he's saying what you should fight for. And now in the most badass version of a musical, we're gonna go back a few seconds here. He's gonna give order to the people, the orders, what they should do. Listen to it.
And you'll see them again. Yes, sir. Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the guards. Menelaus will let our mates through the gates to take the whole city at large. Teucer will shoot any ambush attacking. Little Ajax will stay back. Nestor secure Helen and protect her. Neo avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector. Yes, sir.
Did you hear that? And yes, obviously it was Helena. We're gonna go back here now again for all the orders, right? So Diomedes will lead the charge, and Diomedes, I think, is a character who is returning later as well. Flank the guard. Look at this big little guy. Also, I think it's a bit insulting. I was a bit insulting when I said earlier to get like an actual animation studio to do this, because oh my god, all these fan animations are amazing, and you can see here this one obviously has 3 million views. So yeah, these people are amazing who do these animations, because even with like pretty simple animations, and I know they still take a lot of time, right, to do, but even with like simple animations, you can like really show what's happening. Then this guy will lead them through the gate. Then we have obviously a dude being like snipe, snipe, snipe. He's the Legolas of ancient Greece. Avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector. Wow, how is this so good? Yes, What do you live for? What do you die for? What do you live for? What do you die for? I think this is the refrain of this song, because this one is 6 minutes long. It's one of the longer songs in this entire musical. It's obviously also the first one, right? So what do you live for? What do you die for? What do you fight for? And what are those, all of them? What do you live for?
What do you try for?
What do you try for?
What you wish for?
What do you wish for?
What you fight for?
What do you fight for?
What do you live for? What do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you fight for?
And you know, sorry again for pausing, this is a long video. You know that I love musicals and I love chorus, right? So one guy singing something and then like 50 other people singing the same thing afterwards is freaking insane. Obviously Penelope being the maid of Odysseus and he wants to go back to her. That's the whole that's the whole story of the book, the Odyssey.
I fight for us. I fight for us. What do you live for? Penelope. What do you try for? Telemachus. What do you wish for? I'm on my way. What do you fight for? Attack!
And now of course we're going, the fight is starting to happen. Bam 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 bam. And you can obviously imagine how like these scenes in like a musical could play out with like 20 actors on the stage having like a choreographed fight. Bam, 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 bam. Oh,
What's that?
thunder, maybe Zeus? It's a bird, that's Athena's signs, maybe?
Of what is to come cannot be outrun, can only be dealt with right here and now.
Listen, if you are in the middle of a battle and freaking Zeus starts rhyming at you with a song, you better listen up. Listen to this. Zeus is like, I'm here.
Can only be dealt with right
Here and now. A bit more.
cannot shun
What's that?
Who was that? Zeus.
a vision.
A vision. So Zeus gives like our guy Odysseus a vision.
Of what is to come
Obviously a vision of the future.
cannot be outrun,
It cannot be outrun. It will come to pass no matter what you do.
can only be dealt with
Right here and now. You have to deal with it now.
Tell me how.
I don't think you're ready.
Oh.
A mission to kill someone's son. A foe who won't run, unlike anyone you have faced before.
Mission from Zeus directly. And listen, obviously, if you know anything about Greek mythology or know about Epic the Musical or Athena in general, right? Like here, the little like bird is basically Athena's symbol, right? So like even back here, you see that is like Athena watching over Odysseus. And later, I know some of the songs, right? From like the 39 songs, I know like 5 or 6 because I saw them on TikTok and then I had to put them on my watch list and I listened to them a lot, right? But yeah, like obviously Athena is the one who trained him, so she's watching over him.
I know that I'm ready.
I don't think
You're ready. And we go to somber tones. Bam, 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 bam.
It's just an infant.
Just a child.
It's just a boy.
And remember what Zeus said, he has to kill this child now. Will he do it?
That I cannot avoid.
this is the son of none other than Troy's very own Prince Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed with rage as you're consumed by age. If you don't end him now, you'll have no one left to save. You can say goodbye to
Penelope. Obviously, Zeus is now telling him that if he does not kill this child will grow up, learn what transpired here in Athens, in Troy. Jesus, what happens in Troy, right? It's called Troja in German, so excuse moi. And grow up to be an avenger. Of course, not the Marvel kind, but the one that once takes lives. And he can say goodbye to his wife, Penelope. But like the way Zeus is singing that again.
This is the son of none other than
Hell.
Troy's very own Prince
Hector.
Hector. Know that he will grow from a boy to an avenger, one fumed with rage as you're
Consumed by age.
If you don't end him now, you'll have no one left to save. You can say goodbye to
Penelope. And obviously, in like Greek mythology, you have this conundrum like quite a lot of times. In case like there is the story of Oedipus, for example, right, where there was like the prophecy that the king of someplace would be killed by his son at some point. So he wanted to kill his son after birth, but then the mother kind of like saved the son. He gave him away. And of course, the son then at some point became a rebel, if I remember the story correctly, fell in love with the mom because he didn't know that that was the mom, and the mom didn't know that that was the child. And then to get like the mom and to win the rebellion against the king, Oedipus then kills his father, and that is where in like social studies, the Oedipus complex, I'm pretty sure it's called that in English as well, comes from. And that is, I think Sigmund Freud came up with that thing, probably, right? He's the guy who came up with everything. And that is when like a child loves one of the parents so much that they despise the other parent, right? And that is because like in that story, the child never knew who his parents were, so he unavoidably killed them and fulfilled the prophecy. And like we have the same situation here again, right? Where Zeus is telling him, you have to kill this child, otherwise the child will grow up and bonk you. Okay?
Say goodbye to
Penelope.
I could raise him as my own, or send him far away from. Make sure his past is never gone. I'm not a weak down on my knees for ya. I'm begging please.
And then, of course, you have Odysseus here being like, I can raise him as my own. I can send him far away, offering like all these solutions to do something to not kill a child. And then, of course, you have Athena's bird looking at him, Zeus singing in the background, and him being like, it's the will of the gods. And you will see in a moment what his decision is.
Please don't make me do
Like,
this.
he even
Don't
threw
make
away
me
his
do
sword,
this.
right?
The blood on your hands is something you won't lose. All you can choose is whose.
Little short intermission here. We changed the music up. And of course, we still have him here holding the child.
Look into your eyes, and I think back to the sun.
Of my... Obviously, they want to make this super heartbreaking, right? Jesus.
When I left for war, will these actions haunt my days? Every man I've slain is the price I pay, endless pain.
And you... Oh my god, that pause. And you obviously see he is like struggling, right? Because he obviously doesn't want to kill a child. He sees this baby and thinks of his own son that he had like back home and is like, oh my god, I don't want to kill this child. It's just a child. Will my action haunt me? And you know, when like previously he threw his sword away, he has his sword back now. He has it like in his hand, like, look at that. He's ready. And then you go over to the baby and the baby's like, no!
Close your eyes and spare yourself.
And you can already see where it's going.
How could I hurt you?
How could I hurt you?
Just a man who's trying to go home. Even after all the years away from what I've known, I'm
And can we just appreciate how freaking insane the singer for Odysseus is, right? Of course, at the beginning you have like all these bombastic sounds like da, 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 we are an army, we're marching, you have this order, that order, that order, bam, 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 bam. And now it's like this serenading song that makes you want to cry.
just a man who's fighting for his life. Deep down, I would trade the world to see my son and wife. I'm just a man.
And obviously, if you have read the Odyssey, like Odysseus Odyssey, or watch a YouTube video or anything, listen to an audiobook, you know that like the whole story is about him wanting to go back to Penelope and his child.
But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster?
And now, of course, the glitzing is amazing here, right? Obviously, it's added, and you see he dons his helmet again. He gets ready to fight again. He is now has more power in his voice again, and he's contemplating, when does a man become a monster? When does a comet become a meteor, right? Obviously, a comet is going by Earth. A meteor is, I think, something that goes towards Earth, right? It's basically, when would this child become a threat to him? And you can see, obviously, him being evil in the mirror. That's how he sees himself.
Does a ripple become a tidal wave? When does the reason become the blame? When does a man become a
Monster!
Does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze?
And of course, we have the amazing choir in the background again. And of course, here you can basically see that they have won this battle, right? It's only his soldiers in the plaza. And also look at the freaking, like, horse with the silly expression. I love it.
I'm just a man.
It's just a man. He cannot be as good as he wants to be. And without saying anything else, you saw opening of the hand. So this one is amazing. Let's look at the credits here, right? Before we go to the next song for the next video, right? Obviously, credits for the song obviously go to the guy who made the song. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put his name on the screen because, my God, I'm so sorry, but I forgot. Right, and then YouTube channel Gigi did this one, did the animation for here.
Find that inner strength now. Use that
For what do you die for? What do you live for? What do you die for? And I think this is like, I want to listen to my favorite moment again before we go here. And this is literally the moment I had at the end repeating again because it's like so catchy.
Yes, sir!
Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the guards. Menelaus will let our mates through the gates and take the whole city at large. Teucer will shoot any ambush attacking. Little Ajax will stay back. Nestor secure Helen and protect her. Neo avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector.
Yes, sir!
Find that inner strength now.
And now I want to tell you something that I do, and you might call me crazy, right? And normally, like, obviously, when we're watching these together, I listen to these songs and watch these songs in normal speed, right? But we're gonna go to 1.25 speeds right now. And I do that when I listen to these songs in my playlist, because musicals usually are more like speech singing, right? More than like really fast singing. So they're most of the time kind of slower. So I like to speed them up because my ADHD demands it, right? And then this is how it sounds up, speed up. And I think it sounds so cool.
Saying you'll see them again.
Yes, sir!
Diomedes will lead the charge. Agamemnon will flank the guards. Menelaus will let our mates through the gates and take the whole city at large.
Whoa!
Teucer will shoot any ambush attacking. Little Ajax will stay back. Nestor secure Helen and protect her. Neo avenge your father, kill the brothers of Hector.
Yes, sir!
Live for what do you die for? What do you live for? What do you die for? Live for what do you try for? What do you wish for? What do you die for? Whoa. Penelope. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna say thank you so much for staying here with me for the very first episode of Epic the Musical Reactions. If you like it, please tell me so. Maybe like and subscribe. I will go through all of the musical over time. I will see you next time then. Goodbye.